So last time I did something like this, you guys seemed to absolutely love it. I mean, you crushed it. So today I want to do it again. But instead of focusing solely on building an AI agency service, I want to show you how to actually start one of these businesses. And I'm going to do so with an hour timer and get as much done as humanly possible. So I'm going to walk you through step by step exactly how to start one of these businesses from scratch, step by step, the exact way that I would go about doing it now if I didn't have my current one. We're going to cover who to work with. We're going to cover what service to provide. We're going to cover like setting up software for client acquisition systems, getting a domain, getting a business name, getting a logo, getting software ready, getting a website, getting a booking page, like all of this stuff we are going to do from start to finish in less than 1 hour. There's not going to be any crazy motivation in this video or theory or any like BS explanations, no overcomplicated nonsense. It's just going to be me taking action for an hour straight, just the actual decisions that matter if you want to get clients and more importantly have a business that actually scales long term with you and lasts for a long time. So I'm not going to spend much time on things that don't necessarily move the needle much. Now, most people, take ages to start one of these businesses, even months, and I'm going to do it all within an hour. I'm going to go over who to work with, how to choose a service that businesses actually pay for, the service that I provide in my agency, how to set up the basics of the business with, the logo, all that stuff, the software setup, the domains, the booking pages, the website, all that good stuff. And then also some tips on getting clients with minimal social proof as well. This is the same exact framework that I've used to build my own agency where clients are worth around $3,000 to $4,000 per month. So if you're trying to start one of these businesses and you're lost, or you've already started and you feel stuck or overwhelmed, this video should save you a lot of time of doing the wrong things. So let's get into it, let's build it, and let's start this timer. Okay, the timer is started. So there's a few things I want to cover and just get really quickly out of the way here, and that is who I'm working with, what service I'm selling, and overall what niche I'm in. So first things first, you need to understand that the best market to work in my opinion, the best industry is home improvement. So that's the one I have the most experience with. Most of my clients are crushing in home improvement, 10, 15, 20, 30K a month. So we're going to go ahead and go with remodelers specifically. And the reason why is because I want to stick with some higher ticket service that isn't necessarily kitchens and bathrooms, because I see a lot of remodeling agencies do kitchens and bathrooms only. And I want to actually target the window niche. I've been super interested in this niche, and I actually run some ads for some clients where they, do window replacements, and those ads seem to be crushing it. So we are going to go general home improvement and more specifically stick with remodelers that do window replacements. Now, I want to keep in mind that there is seasons to this, and there are times where, some companies want different kinds of leads depending on what they're most profitable with. So I want to stay general home improvement. Okay, that is my I guess niche that you'd call it. So what I'm going to do is basically create a business name, create a logo, create a entire business, domain, website, all this stuff based off of this specific niche. So now that we have that covered, that I want to do home improvement and just general home improvement. So that means I do take clients that are, remodelers. I take some roofers. I take some people that are doing, home building, custom home building, like all this good stuff, right? Because the truth is that the affinity is so great in this niche that like you can kind of service all of them at once, right? So that is the industry / niche that we're going to go to. And now we're going to go through what service that we're going to provide to them. So the biggest bottleneck that these guys have by far is their lack of jobs that they're getting. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get them more jobs. And I do have experience doing this. I'm not going to lie. Like I do have my own agency that does good numbers, but we are going to go ahead and offer ads and AI. So what we're going to do is run meta ads on their behalf and use AI backend to book leads into jobs. So that is the service that we're going to be providing them. It's the most valuable. We can charge the most money because what's good about this service, and I can quickly just break this down over here. What we can do is we can charge pay per result, so PPR. And basically what we can do is charge pay per lead, pay per appointment. And I'm actually going to stick to pay per appointment because the AI booking systems are so good nowadays. We can just charge per appointment. So that means for every single estimate that we get them, or inspection, depending on like what kind of job it is, we can charge anywhere between like $100 and $300 depending on what type of job it is. What we can do is we can charge, around, let's say we do about $150 per appointment. Okay, and this will change a little bit depending on what kind of client it actually is. If it's a roof replacement appointment, maybe it'll be around $175. If it's a kitchen and bathroom appointment, let's say it's around $200. If it's a window appointment, it'd be around $125 to $150. So it'll kind of just range in that in that area. And our offer is going to be upfront. So let's go ahead and build out our offer now. This is going to be our pricing model for the most part, and we are going to charge upfront as well. So the next thing is 3, which is our offer. So our offer is going to be specifically in window replacements in the beginning. So we will get you, I believe it's realistic to get someone like 8 to 15 appointments, which can convert to around 4 to 6 jobs. So we'll go like 6 to 8 window replacements per month on a pay per results basis. I want to charge something up front because it's very important to get commitment up front from these guys. If you're just doing a free trial and just doing pay per results, a lot of them won't actually commit to the process with you and not want to spend money on ads. So I'm going to charge like around $1,500 up front. So we charge $1,500 to get started and $150 per appointment booked. Okay. And we are going to start these guys off with around $60 a day in ad spend as well. So here's my offer. Here's my industry / niche. Here's my service, and here's my offering. So next thing that we have to do is to go ahead and create a business name, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to go to ChatGPT for this. Write me a business name for a appointment / lead generation agency that provides services to home improvement businesses. Okay, something along the lines of home leads. I like that. Home leads. So we're gonna go ahead and go on GoDaddy and just kind of see what domains are available, because I guess that's kind of the indicator here. So if homeleads.com is available, we'll just get that. Okay, nope. .co. What about .co? Nope. What about home leads? Homeleads.app. That's pretty clean. Yeah, that's pretty clean. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Homeleads.app. So we're going to go ahead and get this domain just like so. We can get it for 1 year, so it's cheaper. Okay, homeleads.app. So we're going to go ahead and pay for that. I know my computer is in Spanish for whatever reason. Okay, so now we have homeleads.app. I think that sounds pretty clean and pretty cool. So we can go ahead and, build this out into an actual company now. So we can go ahead and go over here. So that's around step 4, homeleads.app. And now we just need a logo for that, which we can go ahead and quickly make on Canva. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so let's log into Canva here, make a quick logo here. Great. Okay, so we want a logo. So we do have some templates here that we kind of pick from here. So logo. Okay. And let's see what kind of templates they have for us. So they have, oh, this is clean. Look at that. Home leads. That is clean. Damn. Okay. Let's go ahead and download this now. So once that's done, there we go. Okay. Now we have a company name. We have a logo. Home leads, just like that. Now let's go ahead and set up the actual software that has to do with it. So this is going to include our website. This is going to, link up to our domain that we just got. Because right now, if we look up our domain on Google, it actually won't show up with anything. It'll just show up with, GoDaddy. So what we want to do is go into GoHighLevel now. So GoHighLevel is a platform that I really recommend if you don't have it yet. You can basically host your entire business out of this. So you can send messages, you can do automations, you can run AI agents, you can, basically connect the lead gen to a platform, have your clients on here as well. Like it's complete, like it is everything, right? So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go and create a new sub account specifically for this agency. I am going to use one of my snapshots, which is basically like a template. So all of my automations, websites, basically everything that you need to get this business off the ground is in the snapshot. And if you are interested in getting the snapshot, I'm going to leave this in the description, which is like owenrensland.com/GoHighLevel-affiliate page. So if you want, you can see like what becoming an affiliate of mine looks like and how you can actually go about doing that here. You would typically just go to start an extended free trial, and then from there, I will go ahead and email you all of my snapshots. So you can just use the same one that I'm using in this video today. So we're going to go ahead and use this agency snapshot just like so. And we're going to go ahead and add our information, including the business name and everything. So just like that, we are going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so there is something that I do want to set up. We are in this sub account now, but while we wait for the snapshot to go ahead and load onto here, I want to quickly make an email as well for this business because we do have the domain and now it's time to set up a Google Workspace. So if we go to Google Workspace, just like so, press get started. There we go. Home leads, just me, USA, and my current email address and information. Okay, existing domain, just like so. Okay, so homeleads.app. Okay, next. Username Owen@homeleads.app. We're going to add our password. Now that that's done, it's going to go ahead and charge us, I believe. Make sure I have my wallet on because we only have 45 minutes left. Okay, ready. So we're going to go ahead and go with this one, the business plan, so we can try free for 14 days. Just like so. Okay, business plan, name and information. Okay, so we add our information in here. Now we are going to go ahead and agree and start this free trial. So this will basically just give us an email and a Google Calendar and all that good stuff, and we can actually integrate that with GoHighLevel to have a fully functional and running business. So we are not going to go ahead and add any users because it's just us for now. So let's go ahead and get started with the Gmail. So we sign up to GoDaddy here. We can basically connect to that domain. So we connect. I still don't know why my GoDaddy is always in Spanish. Okay, so it'll go ahead and redirect us back into the domain setup, and it should be ready in just a couple of minutes. And then we have a domain, we have an email to use, and that is all set up. So we go to here, we will have Owen@homeleads.app, just like that. Okay, perfect. There we go, domain is verified. So we can go ahead and activate Gmail. So it'll basically just activate. We can do that now. It'll basically add DNS records to GoDaddy, which we can do just like this. Okay, so once this is done, we should have a Gmail, and then we can go ahead and set up a Google Calendar as well. So we want to go ahead and set up DKIM records as well because this will help our deliverability. We are also going to get ATP verified in this video as well because I know a lot of people struggle with that, so I want to just show you how to do that as well. Super, super simple. So once this is done, we should be good to go there. And once again, if you want to use that snapshot, which we're going to build out with automations and all that good stuff, you can always check that out in the description below. It'll be like, I don't know, maybe the second or third link down. So there's that. And now we are in the sub account here with our information as well as, okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and get ATP verified while this is finishing. So the key to getting ATP verified is one, having legal business info. That's correct. We aren't going to set up a legal LLC in this video because I don't want to make an LLC just for a video just to not use it. So we're going to go to settings, and basically I'm going to go ahead and fill out legal business information of a company that I have. So I'm basically going to fill out this right here, this right here. I'm going to fill out authorized representative right here, the business information, and that's it. Okay, once this is all filled out, then we can move on to the ATP verification process. And if you aren't sure what that is, we need to send text messages from this number, right? If we get like a booking, right? If someone books an appointment with us and we want to close them and become a client, we need to send them messages to make sure they show up to the call, to send them their Zoom link, to, you know, actually communicate with them about the call that's coming up. And if we want to utilize the automations that I have, including SMS automations, we have to get our phone number verified. Otherwise, we can't send SMS. We can send emails right now, and we can even make calls right now once we get a phone number. We can just click this button, buy a phone number, and make calls. But we can't send text messages, so we are going to go ahead and fill that process out now. So this is going to take a second, so I'm going to try to speed run this as much as possible. So I'm going to fill out my information here, and then we are going to cut to the Trust Center part of this video, and I'll show you how to actually fill that out. But while this is doing that, we're going to get our domain ready, so we can go ahead and use it as an email and connect it to this high-level account as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do this now. This is going to take a second, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay, so I went ahead and filled out all my legal business information as well as the address and all that good stuff. We do have the domain is still looking like it's still getting ready here. I'm going to go ahead and refresh that and see if it's done. Not done yet. So now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and get a phone number and then actually get it ATP verified so we can use it. So we're going to go ahead and add and buy a phone number. It really doesn't matter where. I'm actually going to get one local to where I am right now. So we do 616 as the first part of the number. We can go ahead and get a Grand Haven number. Okay, proceed to buy. There we go. So now it's going to ask for my ID verification. So this is super simple. I'm just going to go on my phone and quickly verify my ID. So let me go ahead and do that. Once again, I only have 38 minutes left here, so I want to make sure I speed up here. Okay, so I'm on my phone right now, filling out the driver's license, taking a picture of my license to scan it and put it into the system. You can do this out of country, by the way, if you're not in the US. You just have to use your passport or your local ID. So we're processing that ID. It's going to take a second. And then once that's done, I think it's going to have me scan my face. And then I think from there, we can go ahead and buy the phone number. Once again, if you don't have GoHighLevel, like you need to get GoHighLevel. Like this is a necessary requirement for any kind of these businesses, right? It's like you have everything you need. And that's where we're going to be building the business. So done. Okay. Here we go. Now we have a phone number in GoHighLevel. So the next step is to actually get ATP verified. So if we register for ATP, we can start the registration. Once again, I'm just going to go ahead and fill out all of these details, just like so. Super simple. Yes, continue. Continue. Okay, we choose low volume standard, and we basically just went ahead and added all of our details that were already there. So I went ahead and just copy and pasted what I need to have in there, and I'm also going to do that here as well, and then we can go ahead and submit for ATP verification, and that should be just fine. Okay, I went ahead and just submitted the ATP brand and campaign verification. So this is going to take around 2 to 3 days, but then we can actually send text messages and use our automations. And we also do now have a phone number right here, so there's a few things that I want to set up in here. So I believe this says, yep, it's in progress. That's why it says it hasn't, been succeeded yet, so that's why we get the red there. So with the number, there's a few things I want to quickly set up for the number. So one, we can go ahead and name this Owen, and then basically call, and we will add ourselves as a team member to the sub account as well. So why don't we go ahead and do that now? Okay, so we need to go ahead and add ourselves as a user to the sub account, just so you know, like, we have a lot going for us with the sub account. Like, we have websites and an agency website right here ready to go that we can go ahead and plug our domain to and actually build this out to be our business. So you can look our, look ourselves up and have a website, have a booking page, have all this stuff. We have tons of automations as well as ideally the most important ones, which are these first 3 right here that we can go ahead and set up with our strategy calendars so we can book appointments, close deals, and do all the following. But first, we need to add ourselves as a user to the sub account. So to do so, we go to the agency view and go out. We want to go to settings and the agency level and go to team, and then go ahead and add a new user, just like this. It would be your information. So it would be owen@homeleads.app. And then the phone number, let's just put in a temporary one for now, just like that. And it'll be an agency admin right there. And we choose the sub account that we just made. Home leads, just like that. And now we go ahead and press save. That right there will basically make it so we have access and we have a user set. So like if you go into the sub account here and we go to settings and we go to my staff, you should see ourselves right here as the agency admin, just like that. And once that's done, we can go back to the phone number, just like this in a phone system, and we can go ahead and assign ourselves to this phone number. So we press edit configuration, we can add ourselves as the team member here, and also turn on call recording and turn off the message. This way you can listen back to your calls. Super, super important. So just like that, we can go ahead and press save. You can even turn on call forwarding, but it will route calls to us. So when someone calls this number right here, I will get a call on the number that's associated with my account, which for right now is a test number. So there's that. So now we have ATP verification done. We have a phone number ready. We can now call people. So like I can literally call myself right now. I'm not going to type my number in, but I could call myself and answer it on my phone, which is great. It's very necessary. Now we need to go ahead and set up the sites, automation, and calendar because I want a website. So for the website, I'm actually going to not use the funnel that I have set up in the sub account. It's really, really good, and I probably will use the post booking page, but right here, the /booked page. But I do want to quickly show you the power of GoHighLevel, and if you don't already have one, obviously. So we can go ahead and use a template here for the funnel, and let's see if we can just look up like some kind of lead gen, something like that. So marketing agency. I want to have a pretty simple website. Yeah, let's just go with one of these. I think we can't really go too wrong here. I'm thinking the darker vibe is definitely better for this niche. Looks a little bit more modern. So let's go ahead and just kind of pick one and go with it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this stuff really does not matter at all, like in the slightest. Like, it really doesn't matter what your website looks like and your logo and your name and all this stuff. Like, it really does not matter. I just want to have something that we can look it up and see when we basically look up our domain on Google. So let's go ahead and add this template. Once that's done, we should have a new funnel here. Okay, cool. So we have a new funnel here. Let's go ahead and quickly just customize it to be exactly our business. So we can go ahead and first add our logo. Okay, let's try to keep it dark as well in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this, just like so. There we go, Home Leads Pro. And then we're going to go ahead and take our offer in the Miro here, and go ahead and put our offer in there. Okay, let's just see. Okay, and then we can go ahead and do remodelers and general, or I'll just do general contractors. General contractors. We will get you 6 to 8 window replacements per month on a pay-per-results basis. Okay. Yeah. So we can go ahead and just keep that. That's a simple, and then we can basically just put a VSL in here and have this be a simple page. So we can go ahead and set this up right now. Like, I'm not going to go crazy here, but let's go ahead and change this color scheme as well. I do like whatever color that this is using, so I'm going to quickly grab that color. One sec. Yeah, I say the visuals don't really matter too much, and they don't, but I just want to have them set up. We have extra time because we already got HTTP verified and all that stuff done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that, and then basically change this to be here. Add. Okay. Save. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing for this, which I believe would be a. Where is it? I believe, is that just a part of the image? Okay, so yeah, just a part of the image. Right. So yeah, basically what we would do is go ahead and put our own video in there in our own VSL. So the way that would look is right here. Right now it just has an image. So we can go ahead and actually replace this and get rid of this image with a video. So we can go ahead and put that in there now. Because I like having just like an intro VSL to explain like what you do. I think it makes sense. So that will actually go fully wide there and it'll look good. There we go. And now we can actually change this button to just be book a call. All right. Or scroll down to learn more. And then we can basically add logos of companies. This is something I recommend you do as well. There's an optional thing that you can do with brand push, which is basically a company that will push you to articles and publish you. Now, keep in mind that like this is how companies get published in articles, right? So this isn't any like schemy stuff. Like if you want to get, published in articles, you can actually use one of their packages and get published in companies like Yahoo Finance and like Fox and like Business Insider. Like you can get published on all these things for a couple $100. And when you do that, like, because if you look up Birds Like Media, for example, like you could see like I get published in my agency like on Bar Chart and like different publishings just like this. And you can basically do that as well. And then you can go ahead and take the logo of those companies and put them in here and put as seen as. And just like that. And you can even throw some proof and stuff. But I would actually recommend keeping this front page very, very simple. So what I'm going to do is actually remove all of this extra stuff. Because believe it or not, like we don't want them to go all of these, to all these places. All we want them to do if they come on this page is to book a call with you. And the post-booking page is where we have more of the details. So there we go. Now let's go ahead and also change the color of this to the same color as before. Okay, there we go, book a call. So let's go ahead and remove the footer as well, don't really need that. And then change the background of the entire thing to be black, just so we have it be congruent, just like so. Now the book a call button is going to go ahead and go to the, I guess we can just do a pop-up. So the way that would look is basically link to open pop-up. And then in the pop-up settings, we will basically have it be the calendar, the booking calendar. But first we need to go ahead and activate that. This is also why I recommend having my snapshot, because then we can actually just use the same calendar that I have ready for you. So if we go back here, let's go ahead and activate that calendar. So to do so, we go to settings, calendars. Okay. Now in here, we will go ahead and activate this right here, this pop-up calendar, this strategy call. And now that's activated. It's already integrated with all the automations and things, so you don't need to worry about it. So there's that strategy call. Add yourself as a team member, just like so. Okay, and then we also want to add our location meeting. I choose Google Meet because like these guys, it's much easier to hop on Google Meet than Zoom if you don't have like, Zoom installed or whatever. So availability, that's set up already. Post booking page, we will go ahead and fill out the custom values so that all works at the end. So it'll basically send notifications from the calendar when they book as well. I have this all built out and set up. So there's that. Primary color, background color, schedule meeting. So now that we have this calendar, we can go into sites and go ahead and edit the site that we just made. And then we can go ahead and choose the pop-up settings up here. And we can edit the current pop-up that we have and add the booking calendar by adding calendar and choosing the strategy call calendar, just like so. And now people can book in appointments with us. So there's that. And we are also going to now connect our domain as well to this. So we want to also add the SEO data. So we do like home leads here. Okay, and then we will put our offer right here, the description. Okay, and then the social image, we can go ahead and throw our logo in here. Update, publish. Okay, and now we want to go ahead and add our domain to GoHighLevel, so we're going to do that next. One thing I do recommend doing though is to change your domain from GoDaddy to Cloudflare to keep it protected. So to do that, we can go to Cloudflare, just like so. Running out of time here. And we are going to press onboard a new domain and type in our new domain, homeleads.app. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and add it for free onto Cloudflare. It's super easy. Press the free plan. And it's going to change and move all of the DNS records from GoDaddy to Cloudflare. So we can go ahead and continue to activation. And now what we have to do is go ahead and change the DNS records in GoDaddy. So we can go to My Products and GoDaddy, and you should see. Okay, so I believe the video cut out and it kind of cut out the last like 20 or so minutes. So we're not going to go with the timer for the next like 10 minutes or so. But basically, I just want to explain what we did in the meantime. So what we did is we went ahead and connected the domain to Cloudflare, just like so. And then once we did that, we went ahead and connected our domain to GoHighLevel. And to do so, we went to settings, domains, and URLs, and we just simply connected the domain from Cloudflare once the name servers were switched into GoHighLevel. And then we linked that domain to our actual funnel, right? By going to sites, choosing the funnel that we just made, and then basically linking the domain right here. So now when we look up our domain, we see homeleads.app right here, which is great, as well as the /booked page. I don't remember if we've already set this up together, but I also have the calendars and the automations and everything in the custom values all set with the snapshot provided. Once again, if you sign up as my affiliate. So basically, we want to make sure we have the calendar activated. And as soon as that's done, we can go ahead and make sure that this is all good. You know, add yourself as a team member in here. That should already be done, etc. And then right there, at the end of this booking, it'll basically forward people next to the custom values post booking page, right? The thing is that like this whole sub account and whole snapshot is integrated based off of custom values. So what that means is basically if we fill out the custom values, then all the automations are set, all of the processes are set, and everything's ready to go. So to do that, we go to custom values and we basically fill out all of our information. That's why we waited for the end to do this, because now we actually have the link to the post booking page, so we can update that here, and you can add your phone number here as well. Add your privacy policy link, which we actually don't have because we're not using one right now. The strategy call calendar, so that will be just the front page, just like that. Or actually, we can go ahead and set up the, just get the calendar link for this. So to do so, we would go to calendars and then choose the strategy call calendar that we have set up, copy the link, and then from there, we can go ahead and back into custom values and put that strategy call link here, just like so. So now that that's good, what's next? I believe we don't need to worry about terms and conditions right now. Post booking VSL. So this would actually be the link to your VSL. If you put it in the custom values, and it'll auto appear on the page. It'll auto appear right here. If not, you can just add the video manually to the post booking page like we've done with everything else. But like I see we just put that in the custom values, and now it shows up in the actual website because of custom values. So it's super easy, super powerful. And once you do this, all the automations will also be set. So now that that's done, we can go and normally add our VSL in here. And once again, if you need a VSL and you need to record one of these, which you do, right? And I would recommend, for the front page of your website, having just a video explaining what you do and stuff, just a simple video, kind of like the one I'm recording for you right now, but like not really, just record a simple video, maybe a slideshow of you walking through what you actually do. And then on the post booking page, after someone books in, because now once we fill this out, which we'll do in this video because I want to test out the automations once they're active, but it'll basically forward the person that's booking automatically to the /booked page, which is right here. And in this page, we want to use a pre-call VSL. This is the most important part of the whole process, and honestly what got me from having a 10% close rate to a 30% close rate within my agency. 3 times the amount of output for my input. And what I did is I basically created a pre-call VSL based on other people's that have been working already, and that worked for me. So once again, if you use my GoHighLevel affiliate, not only will it send you my agency snapshot with the links to this funnels and these funnels and things, but also it'll send 3 winning pre-call VSLs that you can use to make your own. And then you would basically record that, upload it to like Wistia, and then basically put it right here. And then just like that, people can book in and watch this, and you'll be, have a much higher close rate, because without a pre-call VSL, it's very hard to close. So there's that. Now that that's done, let's go through and see what else we have here. So website in this format. So this is just basically homeleads.app. That's what I recommend there. Okay. And then your agency name, which is just Home Leads. Okay. And now that that's done, I believe it's going to ask for what, first name and then email. Yeah, email, which is just owen@homeleads.app. Which, by the way, we do need to check and make sure that works. So we'll do that as well. My name, so Owen, just like so. Okay, update. We can probably start this timer back up again. I think it's been about 5-10 minutes here. So now that that's done, all the automations are also set. So quickly, I just want to make sure that our email works and everything, and we can actually set up our Google Calendar as well and integrate it with the calendar that we just made. So let's go ahead and quickly just check. Okay, so we can actually log in directly to the workspace that we could. Understand, welcome to your new account. Okay, let's do this fast. We only got 11 minutes left here, and I have a lot to do. So now we are actually in the workspace right here that we have with our new email. So I believe that we can just go into our Gmail or set it up here. So to do so, let's go to apps. Okay, overview. Okay, Google Workspace. Google App. There we go. So I believe we can just go to Gmail, just like so. Okay, it says it's on, so I believe that we can just go ahead and set it up. So if we go to mail.google.com, I believe that it'll just auto put us into our new Google account, our new mail. There we go, perfect. And you even saw that we added myself to the GoHighLevel account, which is great. So that's all done. Okay, let me just get rid of this. All right, perfect. So now we are in our new Gmail account. Now I want to quickly set up a Google Calendar here. Then we can integrate that with the GoHighLevel calendar. So we go to Google Calendar here. Got it. So we go to calendar.google.com. Okay. So basically what we can do is set our availability up because I don't want to get bookings during the night. So we can go ahead and set this up as off time right here. And we have that repeat daily. Just like so. And let's say we don't want bookings at 9 p.m. past that. Okay. Off time. There we go. By the way, if you want more like details about how to actually set all this stuff up, I have a 10-hour free course in the description, so you can always check that out. So daily. There we go. So now we will only get bookings in the time that it's free. So to set that up though, and to actually get that set up, what we have to do is go back to GoHighLevel and then go to settings, calendars, and then go ahead and set up the connections. Okay, and we can basically add a Google Calendar and choose the one that we just made. So it's signed into our account here, owen@homeleads.app. Okay. Oops. So once we sign into our account that we just made, it'll basically connect it to Google Calendar, just like so. And then we can also set our new calendar as a conflict calendar to that. So we press this, press save. Now, I believe we can only get bookings in the time that's not off. And this is great so you don't get bookings, when you don't want them, especially if you're running ads and stuff. So that's processing and that's going through and doing everything it needs to do. So I believe that we can just refresh this and just kind of test it out and see if it works. Okay, good. Edit. So conflict calendar by default. All right, so now if I'm right, we can go to our calendar and basically press troubleshoot and see if we have availability at the times that we blocked off, which we shouldn't. Okay, unavailable. Perfect. Starts at 9, ends when it does, because we have these blocked off. So, perfect. We have the calendar set up. It's good for availability. I believe the rest why it stops at 4-ish is because of the settings to the actual calendar. So, now that we have that set up, let's go ahead and fix automations. And then before you know it, we should be pretty much good to go. So what we have it here, first of all, is that when someone books in an appointment on the calendar, make sure it's the correct calendar. Basically, we have it assigned to be you as a user, just like so. Okay. And then it creates it as an opportunity and gives you a notification via SMS, just like so, about who the appointment is for and where the start time and their current yearly revenue, which was a question on the actual form. So this stuff is all included in the snapshot. 1 minute after SMS, it says, as a reminder for your call, could you do me a favor and confirm by pressing, by responding yes. So this will send to the prospect, as well as an email saying action required, meeting confirmation. And this confirmation right here will basically have the custom values post booking page that we put in So let's go ahead and book an appointment on, as a test here and see. Obviously, there's tons of automations to make sure that they show up, make sure that they saw the video, like 15 minutes before it texts them. Here's the video to prepare for the call with the post booking video, the pre-call VSL, as well as 5 minutes before, 1 minute before SMS. Here, click here to join our meeting. It'll automatically SMS and send the email, the link to join the appointment to them. My brain is getting fried. And then also we have some extra automations as well here. So here's what's next. Let's go ahead and test this out. So if we go to homeleads.app, right, we have our thing. We would typically have a video here explaining our services, explaining what we do, maybe a slideshow. Press book a call. Okay, let's go ahead and book a call in an available time slot, just like so. And let's say this is me, actually. So let's go ahead and fill out my information. Let's say my company name is Agency Link. Quick plug. And then my email, agencylink.co. Okay, let me just blur this. It's my phone number. Yearly turnover, 350,000, let's say. And then schedule meeting. So once that's done, once you schedule the call, then it'll basically redirect me, or it should, to the post booking page. Which, hold up, it didn't. So let me just quickly break down and explain why it didn't. Whoopsies. All right, so if I basically open up pop-up settings here, it'll basically say pop-up and then click here, use calendar. So we can actually just press go to next step. And now when we go ahead and do that, it'll take us to the post booking page. So just like that. And basically when someone books, they go to the post and booking page and all of the automations trigger. So I can quickly go ahead and show you what that looks like in the conversations tab. So basically right here, it would typically send to your personal number that there's a new strategy call, but obviously it didn't work because ATP verified is not done yet. But normally you would get that right here on your phone, just like that. And also it would go ahead and send out the information in about a minute, I believe. And we can actually watch it live in the automation here. If we click on the agency strategy call booked, we can see that client, that contact in here waiting for 1 minute. And before they wait for 1 minute, they actually get an email explaining just like this. And it'll be literally from you because of the custom values, dear the client, the meeting location, the post booking page, like literally everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the most part. Like other than that, and then you basically just need a funnel to basically get people. So you need cold SMS or cold calling, and basically you can book appointments and book them in by contacts here. So like let's say you wanted to book a guy in and he agreed to, be a customer to you. You can either go onto the booking calendar directly and create him, or you can simply just press add contact if he's not already in here, choose his information, and once you have a contact, like let's say I have this contact right here, you can basically press book appointment just like this and add an appointment. Obviously I already have one because I booked one, and you can call it your name x theirs in the right calendar, choose the time and date just like so, and this will basically book the appointment with their contact information, and it'll basically send them the email automation like I showed you early on. Yeah, homeleads.app. Action required meeting confirmation. The post booking page, so they can go ahead and watch the pre-call VSL before the call. How to actually hop on the call. Obviously this was a test send, so it didn't send the link just like that, but it did send it to the other email, which is I believe in here. So I can quickly show you what that looks like in the conversations tab. Okay, we're up in the timer. But yeah, so it basically sent it here on the new account. We should see the appointment right here with the link to join, the prospect, just like so, as well as the link. So that's everything you need to know to start this agency and get it off the ground. I covered a lot in this video. I actually think I might just scale this agency up, like just because I can. Maybe next video I'll make book appointments and do all that stuff and get it off the ground. But hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully you found value in this, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.